I promise I am not going to yap too much in this video. I'm going to make it as short as possible because I am a yapper and I'm trying to be moderate with it. It is currently 12 a.m. and I'm tired, so I just want to get this off my brain before I forget. It's pretty much just going to be creating a brand that converts, right? I think a lot of us hear these different things about building a personal brand and all this branding and marketing stuff to build your business, which is very important, right? It's very important to have a strong brand and to market your product or market your service. The issue is it doesn't work the same for each person, unfortunately. I'm not going to lie to you. For me, I was under the impression that I should post myself a lot, right? I should post videos of me creating content. This wide angle lens is kind of throwing me off. I should post videos of me creating content and sharing it with my ideal clientele. Me talking about camera stuff or me talking about, me pseudo talking about real estate or business stuff. But truth be told, it just didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. But once I made the switch from showcasing me to showcasing just my work, or showcasing a minimal amount of me and showcasing my work, or even showcasing me in the first maybe 10 seconds of the video and then my work afterward, or vice versa, that changed everything. But me just posting myself and me just yapping didn't convince anybody to work with me. Not at all. Zilch at all. None of it convinced anybody to work with me. The only person it convinced were other people that were in my field, if that makes sense. Other videographers, other photographers. Me talking about camera stuff, it wouldn't convince a real estate agent to trust me and book a shoot with me. Seeing me shoot real estate, BTS, and the final product is what got me another realtor client. Not me talking about, well, these three content tips, come on, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Now, it may work for certain people that maybe don't look like me or might, have be in a different area, right? For example, we all know that Jewish people, they mostly only work with Jewish people. The only time they work with somebody else is when they hire out Spanish people. It's just the truth, right? And a Jewish person will work with another Jewish person, not even knowing much about them, not knowing if they're good people, if they do quality work, if they do anything. But because they relate and because, the culture, they're going to choose that person over somebody such as me. So a Jewish person could post online themselves talking about ISO and aperture and convince somebody to book a shoot with them. But the person that they're convincing is probably going to be another Jewish man. I can't convince anybody really that I know what I'm doing and that I can create a quality product just by speaking about it. People have to visually see it. And so when it comes to business, a lot of people are going to come into this sort of problem, right? Where you'll see these people talking about a certain concept online, but it doesn't fit who you are, right? You can't do the same things as a young black dude or as a young Spanish dude, or just maybe you're a woman or maybe you're this and that, right? You can't do the same things that Alex Hormozy is talking about, or, anybody else is talking about. And you can do some of the things, don't limit yourself, but also be realistic with certain aspects of it. I live in a predominantly Asian and Jewish neighborhood. The practices that people preach about certain things won't work in this neighborhood. These people are not online at all. So doing online outreach to these people in this specific area, it's not going to work. They're not even on there. But going door to door and, coming up super respectful, they can understand that. They can comprehend that, right? So you have to start to look at what you're doing and approach it that way. So instead of building this personal brand, about you and all this other stuff to try to get business, which it's not going to help you get. Maybe for a digital product, yeah, but for like an actual service-based business in person or even online, you talking about it is going to do the bare minimum of actually helping you to grow your business. What's going to actually help you to grow the business is to showcase exactly what you do, how you do it, show a lot of BTS, which is like probably the biggest part of it is actually the BTS, not even the final product. People just want to see you doing it, like they don't even like the final product is important, but it's not nearly as important as just people actually seeing you, your face doing the job, or at least your camera or whatever it is doing the job, you know. So if you just have that down, you have it on your story, you have it on your page and stuff like that, that will convert 100 times better than you just like making videos, talking head videos with like text over it and all that stuff. Because when I first started on Instagram, I did that for the first probably like 5 to 6 months, and it really didn't work. It didn't do anything. But once I started to back off that and start to actually just showcase my work and that's it, the amount of people that I was able to book through Instagram or through social media, like 10x. I 10x that shit. Pardon my tongue, but I 10x that stuff. And it was because I stopped worrying about, me and just started worrying about the work that I was showing and the BTS that I was showing and the environments that I was in, right? For example, Exhibit A. I gotta remember, don't make this video too long. But I was at a shoot for a construction company, more like, one guy who, builds homes and stuff like that and buildings. But he was having an event at one of his properties that he's donating to his community. And you scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah. So he was having an event and it was a bunch of Jewish people because he's Jewish. It was like a bajillion Jewish people, right? And so what did I do? I pulled out my phone and I sat there and I was like, I was getting BTS of me at the spot and posting it on my Instagram story. And people were like, oh, snap, what development was this for? Jewish men. That's exactly what I said. And like, that is what is going to help me to get more business is Jewish people seeing that I work with Jewish people and being like, oh, this Jewish person, like it has happened more than once. And I'm going to tell you how. I worked with one Jewish restaurant in my area, right? All the whole kosher food thing. And then the one that was like around the block for them kind of got jealous and was like, we want this too. And then I went to that one. And then the other one that I originally worked with was like, we saw that you did this for this restaurant. We want you to do something again. And it's like, they just need to see you kind of work with the people. I'm not gonna lie, they just got to see that you work with the people. People are very hive-minded and sheeple. They're sheeple. They like to follow people. So if they see you doing one thing with somebody that's similar to them or somebody that they want to be like, then they're going to do it because you're kind of like that guy at that point. But going back to the brand and creating like a brand that's like that converts, that is actually sellable. To each his own. Everybody's gonna do it a different way. But for me personally, the whole speaking in front of the camera just kind of like, hey, like this is like, camera stuff and expecting to get like, actual business clients. That's not how that works. Like you have to actually showcase the work, showcase the BTS, showcase the process, because people are going to be more interested in that than you talking about it, because it's kind of like a action speak louder than words type thing. And although you can build a personal brand like doing the whole talking in front of the camera, I feel like this is kind of contradictory because like I'm speaking in front of the camera right now, but this for YouTube is different. But you can do that for a different purpose. You can do it so that maybe you can sell like a digital product down the line, or so that your audience can sort of get to know parts of you, right? You can do it for that. But to actually sell the service, you have to start to back away from just like posting yourself, because nobody cares about that, or at least making two separate accounts and then just like posting the work. and posting the process and posting what goes into it, how it's done, all the new things that you're learning, all the new things that you're implementing, how you're servicing your clients better. All that stuff is what you want to actually put up on there. And then every once in a while, you sprinkle in a little talking head here and there. And that's it. That's all you need to do to create a brand that actually converts. And one thing that I've done now versus last year, because last year around this time, business was slow. I was just starting, and I would message hundreds of people day in and day out and get zero replies back. Zero. None whatsoever. Nothing. Now I'm not going to act like it's all crazy now, but I reach out to 30, maybe like 35 people, if that. I think it was probably less, but let's just say like anywhere from like 20 to 30 people I reach out to. And I got responses from four different people saying, yeah, let's talk about booking a shoot. Now, is it because it's maybe a different economy? It could be. Maybe people are checking their social media. Maybe it's a different script. It's a better script. But truth be told, I'm personally convinced that it's the fact that instead of me just talking my ass off, saying, this is camera stuff, book a shoot, I'm actually just showing my work. All the talking head stuff is under that little Reels tab so that people can, like, if they want to see me talk, you can see it on the Reels tab, but it's not going to be on the home feed. The home feed is going to be just straight actual like footage of my work. You're going to see these promos and these commercials and these drones, all this different stuff that's actually going to get me more business. So just keep that in mind when you're going about building your business or building out your social media to get clients, because you're going to have to build out that social media. People are going to meet you in person and be like, you have Instagram. You're going to want to do Instagram outreach, and you're going to have something on that Instagram page. Don't worry about speaking to the camera and saying stuff, because that's like for the birds. What you want to do is actually just post your work. And if your work isn't good, get good. Get good and then post your work. You don't even have to be good. But if you showcase your work more often and you're not as good, you're going to get more business than the guy that's talking all day long and doesn't show his work at all, because nobody knows what he does exactly. You know what I mean? So, it's 12:09. Good night.